everyone, so I am officially back on YouTube, thank goodness. I lost my last video camera. I had a Canon Rebel T3i, and yeah, I just have no idea what I did with it. I don't know if I simply misplaced it and forgot where I left it, or if unfortunately someone may have stolen it. That is my sucky excuse for not doing YouTube videos in a while, but now I am back. I finally have a new camera, so I apologize for kind of just being away, but I hope you all will just continue to follow along on this fun journey. I was born in Thailand. So a lot of people will ask me what ethnicity I am, and to be as correct as possible, I am 50% Cambodian, a quarter Chinese, and a quarter Vietnamese. But usually I'll just say I'm Cambodian just because it's simple and that's the culture that I grew up on and that's the language I speak. But I did try to learn Chinese when I was in college. I took a Mandarin class and it was really hard, and the only thing I remember from the class was Ni hao ma, wo hen hao, ni na. I am the oldest of 3 kids, so I have a younger brother and a younger sister. I don't like to smoke cigarettes. My dad is a big smoker. He used to smoke like 2 packs a day, and he's been smoking since he was 12 years old. Oh, so I do have a Khmer name. Well, I guess my English name is still Khmer, but so okay, my name is Chantha, but the Cambodian way to pronounce it is Janta. I do have a Khmer nickname which my family members call me, and that's Jen, like Jen but with a CH in the front, I guess. And how I got that nickname was apparently when I was born, my uncle said I looked so Chinese, which I don't even know what he meant by that. So I can eat a lot. I just don't like the idea of wasting food, and B, my mom would tell me these stories when I was a baby that, so my brother and I are 2 years apart. So she told me that when I was 2 years old, I was already way done with breastfeeding, but when she had my brother, I would, this is kind of embarrassing. Whenever she would breastfeed my brother, I would come running towards her and push him off her bosom and just drink his baby milk, apparently. I do have one birthmark, but it's not really there anymore, or, I mean it is, but it's just not as visible, but it is kind of like in a hidden place. I can't swim, and I really think it's an Asian thing. That's just my philosophy, because when I was trying to learn how to swim, the other people that were trying to learn too just so happened to be Asian as well. I have a son, and he's a Shih Tzu, and he's a Devo, and his name is Yoshi. Say hello to the camera, baby. He's my first Christmas present that my mom ever gave me, and she surprised me with him when he was just like 2 weeks old, and now he's 5 years old, so I raised him into this big baby. Can you please? He's growling at me. He doesn't like me right now. Come on, look cute for the camera. You can't see his eyes, but yeah, he needs a bath right now, and I wanted to experiment by cutting his hair, and it turned out kind of ratchet. I'm sorry. Now Yoshi's mad at me. We call him Prince Yoshi because he swears he's a prince, but he is. Okay, so I did have another dog, and he was a Shih Tzu and Poodle mix, and we named him Kimchi, but I don't have him anymore because I gave him back to his owner. And so long story short, and it's in good terms and everything, but it just sounds really funny when people ask me about him and I tell him what happened, because basically I traded him back to get free hair services. One of the things that I'm really passionate about is dancing. It's just a really big part of who I am, and I just love it so much. I don't even know how to really describe what dance has given me, but it's just something that I can't really take apart from who I am, and it's just always going to be part of my life, and I just really love it. So another fact in relation to dancing is I was actually blessed with the opportunity to dance on a reality show on MTV called America's Best Dance Crew. Yay! Oh yeah, I had blonde hair back then. I do also have a dance channel, which I will link below, so if you want to check out some of the dance videos that I have up, you can follow along there. And I'm also working on some dance projects, so I'll be uploading new content as well. I am a freelance dance instructor, which means I'm just teaching dance at different studios, and I'm also a writer, so I'm just writing for different companies. Some of the cartoons I loved to watch growing up was definitely Tom and Jerry. Let me see if I can remember the theme song. Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight, never backing from a real fight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. She is the one. Sailor Moon, 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 moon. Okay, anyways, so I had, or I should say, still have a huge crush on Tuxedo Mask, to the point where one year for Halloween, I dressed up as Sailor Moon, and I made my boyfriend dress up as Tuxedo Mask, but then people just thought he was Zorro. I was also born in a refugee camp. I grew up in Long Beach, California, so I hardly ever drink soda. I don't know why. I don't really enjoy the taste of it. Well, I think I do know why. Like, the gas in the soda, for some reason, just always makes me burp, and burping a lot is just not that sexy, I guess. My favorite thing to drink is tea, and it's like all types of green tea, but specifically I love jasmine tea. I do drink a cup of coffee every morning, and it was just a habit that I picked up from working a 9 to 5. I'm always thirsty in the sense that I just feel parched all the time, and I just love drinking water, and I just always want to drink water all the time. Like, I need to have a glass of water right when I wake up, and I need to have a glass of water right before I go to bed at least. That leads to my other fact. Because I drink a lot of water, it makes me pee a lot throughout the day, and sometimes when I'm out with my friends, they get really annoyed with me because I always have to make all these bathroom stops. I'm really close to my girl cousins, and we call ourselves the Mao Girls. I was fortunate to come from a really musical family. My dad was the lead guitarist in his folk band, and my mom was the lead singer, so I grew up around live music all the time. And my brother actually plays like almost every instrument, and he now produces music. And my sister was a violinist, so I am the only one in the family that is not musical. I have a niece that I am absolutely obsessed about, and if you follow me on Instagram, I'll sporadically post lots of pictures of her because I just think she's the biggest, most craziest little diva, beautiful monster ever. My absolute favorite accessory would have to be my hair. Surprise, surprise. My mom allowed me to dye my hair when I was about 12 years old. I talked her into it, and since then I've been completely addicted. My hair now, I think I'm going to try to keep it as long as possible, but in the past it's been, you know, green, I've had it ombre, it's been like the Rihanna red. I've just probably done every single color you could think of, but except for purple and blue, so that could be like on my to-do list. but I will have to do a hair journey for you guys later. Well, I've pretty much been moving around almost every single year. Don't know exactly why. I am definitely a night owl, and I think that it's a curse that people with creative minds have. Like, I would love to be an early morning type of person where I wake up at like 5 in the morning and then do yoga and then cook breakfast and then start my day. Like, I go to bed every night with that vision, but it doesn't happen because my brain starts to tick after midnight and I get all these ideas and then I become antsy and I get all like energetic, which I have no idea where that comes from. But yeah, it's the curse of the creative mind. So if you are an artist in any way or just a creative person, let me know if you encounter that same problem. Alright, I do watch Korean drama. I can say hi in 7 languages. Japanese, arigato. Korean, 안녕하세요. Thai, swadika. Khmer, chumripsuo. And Spanish, hola. And English, hi. So a few of my favorite artists they're kind of all over the place because I like all kinds of music, but if I had to just say a few, it would be Beyonce. I'll always have love for Britney because I grew up dancing to her music. Love Hillsong, Switchfoot, and John Mayer. Over the years, I've been able to work in different types of companies. I've worked in the healthcare industry, I've worked in the pharmaceutical industry, and I've also worked in the internet marketing industry. I did live in Texas for 1 year, and then I came back to Cali. So after I graduated high school, my family decided to make a move to Texas for just to try out some family business, and since I was over 18, my mom gave me the option to either stay here in California or to move with everyone, and I just felt like, I had my whole life planned out in Cali, so there was no way I was going to leave everything I had worked up to get to go and start over again. So I decided to stay. In order for me to stay in California, my parents did say that they would not be able to help me financially whatsoever. So I have been living on my own and supporting myself since I was about 18. The high school that I went to was made into a movie called Freedom Riders. Let me know if you've heard of it or if you've watched it, but I'm pretty proud of that. I've been doing a juice cleanse once a year. I usually just do kind of like a veggie cleanse, but there was 1 year where I tried the whole like lemonade, Beyonce crazy cleanse where you do like lemonade, cayenne pepper, and was it honey or something like that? But I did it for I think maybe 5 to 7 days, and that was really gross. Thanks so much for staying to the very end and watching this video. I am Chasing Chantha on all my social media networks, so feel free to follow along. Till then, I'll see you in my next video. Bye! But I do, okay. But basically, Chen in my language is, every time it was, she would say that every time it was, Sailor Moon! Is that what she did?